So your Air Jordans, the kicks you gave out to everyone, where did that idea come from? When did that hatch? How long have you been planning that? And everyone got one, including ownership, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. You know, Ryan Pace and myself, we've been discussing it for a while. It's just something, you know, I'm a huge basketball fan, and I, you know, growing up, watching MJ as a player in his prime, and just knowing what he does as an athlete and what he was as an athlete, and just his competitive spirit. And so when we were during the quarantine, going all these Zoom calls, it was just an idea like, hey, you know, we're going to use a lot of this stuff from The Last Dance to help our team out and understand what it really takes to be as great as he was. And not everybody has that, but you can at least try to get some of it. And so there's been different times in our team meetings that we've used some video of The Last Dance to show who he was and what he's about. Obviously, being from Chicago and
Yes.
being so close to home and his greatness, and just for our city and our fans, there's a lot you can relate to it. So, you know, of course, you got a lot of basketball. A lot of our football players are basketball fans. So, what better way than to be able to show our appreciation for that and do something together? And so we had our warm-ups and our comfortable Jays, and the guys were loving it. It was really cool when we had the team video at night, and we had some Last Dance stuff in there. And then when we broke, they didn't know they were getting them. And when they all walked in to travel on the bus, we had them. Our equipment manager, Tony Medlin, had them all sitting in their locker, and they loved it. So it was pretty cool. It was something we'll keep going here, and it's just it was a fun time for us.
Okay, I have a couple follow-up questions. What'd you show them? Did you show them Jordan game footage, or did you show Jordan's trying to gain an edge on anybody and anything, or pissed off about losing quarters to the security guy? Like, what were you trying? What did you actually show your team to try and illustrate?
Yeah, there's some parts in The Last Dance. There's different quotes that we've been pulling for months now and using. But the one the other night was just showing just a quote that he had at the very end in the last episode of him talking about if you're not a part of it, if you're not a competitor, then he doesn't want you around. And it shows him, you know, in practice running on the court in sprints, and he's running, you know, he's always in first place. And I think it's just a mindset. We're talking about we want to be mentally tough. And I'm just proud of our guys. Week 1, down 17 in the fourth, we were mentally tough.
There you go.
We stuck together. We keep using the words togetherness, unity, and love. Those are the 3 words they hear us talking about over and over and over. And week 1, we were mentally tough, which is what I thought was so special about MJ is he always had to create an edge. And even when he felt like he didn't have one, he made one up, you know, and he just made it work. And so I think it's very important for our guys to understand how he was wired and why he had as much success as he did. And, you know, it's just the more of those guys that you can get, I mean, come on, the sky's the limit.
I bet. And whose job was it to ask Virginia McCaskey what her shoe size is? Let's give a shout out to that person. Whose job was that?
Yes. Well, fortunately, Tony Medlin, our head equipment manager, he's been here for 30 years, so he already knows her shoe size, so that was an easy one. But I'll tell you what, when we got them and we saw when they actually came in and Team Ed showed me them, it's so there's these little tiny sneakers, and you know, I'm not sure if she wore them or not, but obviously a big part of us and you know, being able to give her some J's, I thought it would be pretty fun.
I bet. Well, definitely. They're victory shoes now. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.